We will be right with you guys. Just one moment. Alrighty, guys. Sorry about that. I was trying to find out my shit, y'all. Um, I just got out the shower and everything like that, so that is my apologies. Let me get on to my Facebook right quick so I can share this to everybody. I mean, my YouTube so I can share this to everybody right quick. We are going to be talking about the Jonbenet case. Give me just 1 second again, guys. Let me share this with everybody right quick. And then we will hop into the case because I'm going to have Georgia Peach also come up here with me and jump in the chat. We are going to do a quick one right quick because Sarah and C will be going live shortly after that. And we're all going to hop over to that one. And after that, we're going to have the after party at C's, or after hangout at C's. So be looking forward to those two. I am sending the notification out to everybody just in case y'all didn't get it on YouTube. Oh, give me just a second, guys. Let me mute myself right quick, guys, so I can get a hold of Georgia Peach. Sorry about all the hair in the face, right quick, guys. Nice good shit. Oh, that's a little better. Like I said, let me try to get a hold of. Shout out to everybody coming in the chat. Give me just a second, guys. I'm trying to get a hold of Peach to see if she wants to hop up here on this case with me right quick. Lily, I'm gonna post the link and I'm gonna have you hop up here with me too, because you are the one that recommended this case, and you are gonna know quite a bit about it. When Georgia Peach comes in the channel in the chat, we will have her hop up as well into the link. And give me just a second, guys. Let me go grab my headband. Alrighty, sorry about that, guys. We are back, though. Here goes Lily in the background, y'all. How you doing, little Lily?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Um, yeah, we are gonna run this case tonight.
You babe.
Huh?
I was just talking to my boyfriend. He's in the shower.
Yeah, I just got out. That's why everything's kind of running a little behind right now. So that is my apologies. Um, do you want to start off with it and just run from there, or do you want me to go in with it?
Well, you can go in with it.
Um, from what I've researched on this case, guys, is the Bennett's 6-year-old daughter was supposedly kidnapped and held for ransom of $118,000, guys. And it's kind of crazy that when she called the cops at 5:52 in the morning and told them that their daughter had been kidnapped, guys, and there was a ransom note left. They came out there and started searching the neighborhood and everything, and it's kind of just like really shocking to me that with a 6-year-old girl coming up missing out of her home, y'all didn't immediately search her home. They said they waited 7 hours, guys, before they went in and searched their home to see if the little girl was in there or whatnot. Um, and it's really kind of ironic to me, guys, that when let me just mute my notifications, guys. I apologize about that. I don't know why everybody is just like literally blowing my phone up right now. $118,000, guys. And it's kind of crazy. I'm gonna mute everything. One second. There we go. But again, it's kind of crazy that, like I was saying, it took them 7 hours before they actually decided to search the house, y'all. And when they did search the house, the dad goes straight downstairs, straight to one of the rooms, and gets the little girl and brings her upstairs. But before he goes downstairs or whatnot, the police told him, if you find anything, don't disturb any evidence or anything like that. And it's crazy because she had extension cords or rope. I don't remember exactly which one it was, wrapped around her arms and her neck. He took them both off prior to coming upstairs. So realistically, they said that disturbed the crime scene and messed up any evidence of that. And
Yeah,
it's kind of
she was wrapped up in I believe in a white blanket when he found her.
no, he actually, after he took all the cords off, she he actually wrapped her body up in the blanket prior to bringing her upstairs.
Yeah, he ruined the evidence right there.
Yeah, he definitely did a lot of. One
What
second,
didn't
Lily.
help is there was friends there too. They called some of their friends there, and that ruined the evidence too. Because, and the thing is, it took so long for other police officers to come in to backup, because there was this one lady that called the for backup so they can so nobody disturbs the scene.
Right.
And I think it took like half hour or more than that. It took a
I think
couple
you said it was
hours.
like 45 minutes or something like that. If I would have to go back and check through all of
Yeah.
my notes, 'cause I have like
And
three
I think
notes.
what
So
happened to her, I have a feeling that somebody stayed in that house, waited for them to go to bed, and took her and wrote the ransom note. Like it was a 3-page ransom note.
I was just getting ready to go into the ransom note. Realistically, like just like they said in the thing, and Dean, no way can you give me $200 for a fade. I'm sorry to cut off this topic right quick. I'm gonna catch up with the chat right quick. Shout everybody out. As we're still going. Shout out, as you know, Lil Lily, Sean, Dean, Missa, Buddha Mike, um, Alex, and anyone else that I may have missed because I don't see the chat. Dean, there's not any amount of money, dog, you could pay me to cut off my hair, bro. None. None, bro. I'm flexing on you, fam. You ain't cutting this hair off, fam. But yeah, with the ransom note being 3 pages long, and not only was she found in the basement, but there's no way that if someone broke into the house that they would have had the time to make that ransom note prior to killing her and putting her in the basement, or even afterwards to take the time to get caught. And then B, um,
They had to be in the
they
house
said
waiting
the
for
only
everybody to go to bed.
the ransom note that was the paper was wrote on came from his tablet from inside of his house. Nobody's realistically going to take that kind of time to take your
Well,
tablet that you
it
left
was
in your
actually
house to write a
the
3 page
mother's
ransom note.
notepad that he wrote it on, and he must have, at least when he killed her, he must have wrote the ransom note after.
Nobody's going to take that kind of time to write a 3 page ransom note and then leave the tablet with the ransom note behind and taking that kind of chance of getting caught by somebody
I
getting up
know
and
what
using the
he was
bathroom or something like that. You feel me?
too, because that was his bonus. He was getting too from his job, because he was getting paid good money,
Oh,
and that was the exact amount that he was getting from his bonus. So how did he know that exact amount that
okay.
he was getting?
Christine said the first cop got there in like 5 minutes, so I apologize to this
And
guy
it took
for.
like about 45 minutes to an hour just for the cops to come in and to close up the crime scene, but everybody else just ruined it because all her
Yeah,
friends were there looking everybody, and they shouldn't have done that, because it contaminated the crime scene. And if you look on 2020, they made an episode on that. The first investigator that done it, his grandchildren are working on it. They're working on DNA, and they rule out a couple people.
and with the DNA, they actually did just find some DNA that did not match anyone
In her
from the home
underwear.
in the little girl's. I
Yeah,
believe it said the little girl's underwear, if I remember correctly.
it was in her underwear. They found penetration in her underwear because he penetrated her with something.
Okay, but yeah, that's what I was saying. They found the DNA, which could have even just been like some skin cells or anything like that, a hair follicle, anything, you know. Um,
Mhm.
But yes,
So
they did find the DNA that didn't match anyone in the home. But I still feel like with the way the dad went straight downstairs, you feel me, and just went into the room and knew exactly where she was. But again, with that room, with the police, they was doing the investigation, kind of checking out the area, guys, and they did find the one broken window. But John said that he had busted it out a couple weeks prior to that. a couple weeks prior to that because he had locked himself out of the house. And realistically, there was a suitcase that was pushed up against the wall, and there was a couple little scuff marks. But even if someone did break in and come in and out of that window, there was a spider web in that window seal that was undisturbed, y'all. So I kind of feel like it was the dad that did it and placed the ransom note there and just kind of wanted to contaminate the scene so he would be ruled out, you know what I'm saying, on that fact right there from the scene being contaminated.
They found a flashlight. They did a documentary on there, BJ. I can't remember. It was on 2020. They did a 2-part documentary, and they thought it was a little kid that hit her with a flashlight.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say that they thought it was one of the little kids or something like that, and then when it came to the parents being investigated the first time, they basically, after that, they shut down and didn't want to be investigated no more. So John, Bert, and another person was all ruled out in 99 from DNA. And then the DA wanted to convict them, but there wasn't enough evidence for the DA to reconvict them. So they got basically off on that because the wife died from
cancer.
I believe it was cancer of the liver, I believe it said.
I'm not 100%, but I
don't want to really get that wrong, but yeah, the wife did die, so she kind of basically got out of that once. And then once they shut down from not wanting to be kind of questioned after the first time, is like it really said like, man, y'all had something to do with this shit because nobody's gonna take the time to sit there and write a 3-page note, and leave your notepad. After they just killed this little girl, even if it's a little kid, ain't no little kid fixing to sit here and write no 3-page ransom note talking about I want 118 G's. Come on now. That just sounds absurd. That sounds absurd to me. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah. With
that being said, again, with the ransom note, nobody's taking their time to stay there after something like that. It had to have been someone in the house. Or someone that they knew that they allowed to come into the house.
Because they screwed up the crime scene right there. They must have knew something. So, you know what? Basically,
let me close the StreamYard links, guys. I apologize.
Just gotta buy a new pair.
That's what I was talking about. If you weren't talking because the mic piece
doesn't
work.
Yeah.
There's just so many different things.
Somebody in the family did it.
And then for them to say that there's no
because who can know how much he would have gotten for his bonus?
The headset,
who knows that? Like, it had to be somebody very close to them to find out how much he was getting for his bonus. Come on now.
Oh, and not only that, but in the ransom note, guys, they had used movie references to make it look like it was someone in the house. So that's what really kind of trips me out, because for you to know all that stuff about the people in the house and still take
it was an inside job.
Nope, it was an inside job, and then for the dad to know exactly where to go straight to and look, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of weird for me. And then you take off the ropes or the extension cords. I can't remember exactly what it was, guys, so I apologize about that. And then you wrap her up with a blanket. You know you're compromising the scene by so many different ways. Like, so that's what makes me really think it was the dad and the mom. Yep. Not only by the way they
drug addicts, bro. Were they drug addicts? Did it say they were drug addicts, bro?
Did it say anything about them doing drugs? But at the same time, the dad just knew too much about where to go as soon as he got in the basement.
It was the dad. It was the fucking dad, the motherfucker. No good motherfucker, man.
That's just my personal opinion, but like they said, there's still really no there's no indictments yet. They really don't have enough evidence on anyone. But it's just kind of really suspicious to me for the dad to have known all that and it had
So
been
hold on.
his dad.
So did they kill the little girl or did they pay the ransom?
No, the little girl was dead before they even went down there and got her.
It was definitely man. I don't know what I don't know. I gotta have to look at the whole case. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the little girl was dead before they even went and got her. She was killed. They put the ransom
They
note.
probably killed her because she knew too much. She knew who did it, and they could point him out.
I don't even really think it was about that she knew who did it. It was.
I don't think it was about the money. I think because the little girl saw who did it, they had to kill her.
Yep, exactly.
Because if she would have testified, they would have closed the case a long time ago. It's been what 30 years since this case has been opened.
Yeah, because I believe it started in something.
They need the polygraph. They need to do a polygraph. That's what they need to do. They need to hit him with a polygraph, and they need to do more than that. They should do more. They should do. I mean, what the things I would want to do to them wouldn't be humane. You know what I'm saying? It would involve chemicals and polygraphs and other things. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, because that's your child. Come on now.
That is kind of a hard one. I would kind of.
Oh shit!
Like from.
Yeah.
He could have been, but at the same time, I don't really know. I just don't really want to say yes because of the situation, but at the same time, it kind of makes me feel like he was.
It's hard.
It's kind of hard to put my point of view out on that one. It's really weird, man. This whole case is crazy just for the mere fact of how many people there that was not only so close to the case as suspects, but all the evidence and that was destroyed by certain people.
Yeah, it's sad because you know what, that little girl's not resting in peace right now.
It's sad. Nobody should have to die over money.
No, she was 6 years old when she died.
That's so sad.
My biggest thing, though, is, guys, why did it take 7 hours for the cops to look through the house that the little girl supposedly came missing out of? Shouldn't that be the first place you would go look?
Well, yeah.
I would expect.
It was planned.
I mean, there was just too much not making sense to make it not think that either the dad or the son had something to do with it.
Yeah, and I think the dad had something to do with it because why would he go to the basement? It could have been the father and son. And he killed her with the flashlight. He hit her in the back of the head.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it could have been both. You know, he killed
Gloria and everybody else.
Gloves, and there was no evidence. And you know, back in the day, they didn't have proper DNA stuff. And you know,
when did this happen? What year did this happen?
Just saying that was back.
What year was this? 2017 or 2018?
That was back in '99 when they first went for the indictments, but there was none. And they were just saying in the 2020 episode that I was watching that they do have new DNA technology. That's how they came up with the new DNA that they just found that doesn't really match anyone in the home.
Oh shit! There could have been a third party, involved. Somebody who set it up. You know what I'm saying?
Me neither. Sorry, I'm just watching some.
Bro, they need the polygraph family to exclude them out of suspects.
Thank you, Christine. Thank you.
Yeah, but guys, I'm gonna cut this short.
If you want to come up, Brittany, go ahead and I'll post a link for you, and you can come up and voice your opinion and your knowledge on this case as well, because I believe you add some knowledge on this case.
But BJ, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna spend time with my honey, and we'll catch up later.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Most definitely.
Happy Valentine's Day, Lily.
I appreciate you coming up.
Yep.
Bye.
See you.
And again, guys, like I was saying, for the police to get the call and not search the home where the little girl came up missing from. I mean, this is a 6-year-old girl we're talking about, guys. That is just absolutely absurd that you go canvass the neighborhood for 7 hours before you search the home. That should have been the first place you searched while you're calling for units to help you go canvass the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And for that not to have been done, that's crazy off the top. And then again, for the ransom note, guys, that was left there, that's kind of throwing me off. There's no way in the goddamn world, guys, that ain't nobody. Yes, it happened 30 years ago, guys.
Wow, I had 40 years ago. Jesus.
Yeah, they do have new. That was Christine. But that's why they have been able to come up
So
with
it was
the new
a cold case. So it's a cold case file, BJ?
Yeah,
it's
still an unsolved case right now, unfortunately, which is really sad. Because they realistically didn't have enough evidence on anyone to charge them with with what happened to the little girl. And now that they have the capabilities that they have with science, they have been able to come up with that new DNA off of the evidence. They are definitely going to run it through the data bank system, and hopefully they come back with someone that they can start questioning on this, which realistically, if it wasn't the dad or the brother, it was either one of the brother's friends, or the dad seen what had happened and wasn't just trying to let his other kid go down for it. There is numerous things, guys. I am having a hard time with this case because just alone with the 3-page note, it just goes to say, yo, it was somebody in the crib. I don't care what nobody says. It was somebody in that crib. You don't write the 3-page ransom note and leave not only the note, but the damn tablet you wrote it on in the fucking house. Ain't nobody stupid enough. I repeat, y'all, ain't nobody stupid enough to sit here and take their time and their chances of being caught to write that goddamn note and leave it there, nor come back and leave it there. Gloria, I don't think it was really the mom. I think it was the dad, because it was the dad's notepad. It was a 3-page note. The dad knew exactly where to go. The dad not only took off the bindings of the little girl, but he wrapped her up, which therefore you have just messed up so much DNA evidence that you guys could have had.
30 years ago, there wasn't cameras back then, but they could have traced where that paper on the note came from. They could have traced that, where the paper and where the ink of where it was written by. They could have tested the ink. They can these days they can test the ink that it was written in and see where the ink came from, what pen it came from, what locations the pen came from, what locations the paper came from.
Definitely.
They do all that shit. You know what
I mean,
I'm saying?
even if you try to burn a piece of paper or something like that, I don't know how the hell they do it, y'all, but they can still figure out what that piece of paper said.
Yes.
Like, it's fucking crazy. So therefore, there is no way you're going to tell me someone took their time after not only tying this little girl up, not only by her neck, but by her wrist, and putting her in this basement and taking the time to get back out of that basement, get upstairs, not only find the notepad, but find something to write with, and then write a 3-page ransom note and still leave it there, and to not be caught by anybody. It's just, there's too much point in it if somebody in the house or one of the family members, for me to really even want to look at anyone else as a suspect. And they try to say that there's other things that point people to other suspects, like the broken window with the suitcase pushed up against the wall next to the window with the scuff marks, guys. But that's just not a logical explanation to me right there, just for the mere fact of not only did he say he broke that window out himself a couple weeks prior to this incident because he had locked himself out of his house, guys, but there was the spider web in the window seal. It was not even disturbed. Like if you're climbing out of a window in a hurry to where you're leaving scuff marks on a wall, you're not gonna not hit a spider web, guys.
True.
So with
and they
that
can see
being
if the
said,
spider
I
webs
don't feel like
they can test to see if the spider
that
web
was
came
an
through
option
on there.
if someone broke in there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then the ransom note said, "Don't call anyone," and they immediately called someone. Like, come on now. No person is saying not call anyone nowadays. Come on, goddamn it. You know everybody nowadays. If you kidnap somebody, you know goddamn well they calling the police. You ain't even gonna take your time to write out, "Do not call anyone." If you a smart person, you are not taking that extra time because you know goddamn well as soon as they get this ransom note,
especially if it's a child, man.
Let me call the police. Come on now. And then just again, guys, in the note, how they used the movie references to make it look like it was someone in the house. That is, you obviously know a little too much about this family if you're using the movie references in the ransom note of $118,000, and you're gonna expect the call between 8 and 10. You're going to be waiting on their call between 8 and 10 so you can give them their instructions on where they're supposed to make the ransom delivery. Realistically, if you want a ransom, you're not going to wait for their call. You're going to, tell them you're calling them, or you're already going to have a location set up for them to just go ahead and go drop that shit off. Because if you really want to think about it, you know what I'm saying? There's too much that could have tied you to where your location is if you're trying to call someone or anything like that. Realistically, if you're any kind of smart, you drop that ransom note. You tell them, look, drop this money at this spot. Hey, you go send somebody that you talking about gonna be that person. Just give them a description of somebody. You just tell one of your buddies, hey man, go walk through this little area right here dressed in this. And if you see the police swarm the place, you know to call that person back, you know what I'm saying, and then hit them with your new list of demands. Come on now, like, I mean, there's just too much that's not making sense to me for it to be someone that tried to kidnap this little girl and it went wrong, but B, you take the little girl. If you did something to her, once you get your money, I mean, you're not just going to leave the little girl in their own home for them to try to find this little girl when you're asking for 118 fucking G's. That is just not anywhere smart to me.
30 years ago.
I mean, that just makes no logical sense to me. If you are a real kidnapper, you ain't leaving the kid, especially if you killed the kid, fam, and you want that 118 G's. And B, you ain't staying around long enough to write that motherfucking 3-page note. You ain't gonna stick around long enough to stage a break-in with the suitcase and the scuff mark on the windowsill, but not take the time to damage the spider web or anything like that. You feel me? Like, come on, man. There's just too much that's not making sense with they trying to say it's someone as a break-in, and then the neighbors really didn't have any kind of anything to say about the little girl's disappearance. They didn't really see anybody come out of the house with her.
What, you got, a joint?
Yeah. And see, she had burns on her neck also from the gun, which is really crazy, man. How all this went down, and for all the evidence. One second, guys.
Yeah, the mom didn't have nothing to do with it, probably.
Like I said, Christine, I really don't think the mom had anything to do with it. I realistically feel like it was the dad, or it was the son, or it was a mixture of both.
Yeah.
And somebody just trying to cover up for somebody, and the dad knew where to go, and he was like, okay, they told me not to disturb anything. They obviously don't want me to mess up the evidence that can be found, so let me go down here and disturb this evidence and mess shit up to where the person doesn't that I seen do this shit that I'm trying to cover up for, or whatever the hell the case may be, or even cover up for my own ass, is disturbed to where they have to kind of just void it all out. And
damn, it's horrible, man. What people do.
yeah, she was down in the basement for 7 hours, and that is most definitely true, Christine. Spider can do up a web very fast, but you just kind of have to think, though, if someone's crawling through that window and not only ripping that spider's web down, but you are taking the chance of killing that spider, in his sense, when you're crawling through that window, that spider's going to get loose. He's not going to stick around to make a new web. He's going to vacate that spot and try to find a new home. So that is one thing that I tried to look at the same time, but just like I said, like I just don't see.
What's up? What's up, mother's girl? Huh? What's up, mother's girl? Huh? Come here. Come here.
All right, y'all. I would definitely watch coming in my chat talking like that, because you will definitely be
It's my cat, bro. I got a cat.
You are lucky I only timed you out for the little 5 minutes I did. And next time you will be blocked from the chat for good. Somebody in here trolling. Because this is not what we want this chat room to be. Realistically, we are not going to tolerate that. So that is your one and only warning for your trolling in this chat room. So I would not come back in here doing it again, because not only will I, but one of my mods will definitely kick you from this channel.
Right.
I am gonna post this link. This will come up because we only have a little bit longer before Sarah and C goes live for their little true crimes episode, guys. If one of y'all can post their link in the chat room for me, just in case one of y'all don't have their link, you know what I'm saying? Because they are going live here shortly to do a true crimes episode. I'm not quite sure what episode they're doing tonight. I was hoping to get Georgia Peach up here tonight to help me with this episode, because she did have quite a bit of knowledge on it. I watched the CNN episode and gathered what I figured was going to be some of the best knowledge for the case, and came up here with that, figuring that there was going to be a couple more of y'all in here that would feel free to jump up here and want to actually jump up here and voice y'all's opinion on the case. So I definitely, like I said, I got what I felt like was going to be some of the best information to bring up to the case, because I figured, like I said, I was going to have a few more of y'all up here, because y'all were talking about some of y'all would come up here with me when y'all shoot in the links for the cases and just voice y'all's topics and opinions and stuff like that on it. But again, to the chat, I am sorry that I haven't really completely kept up with you guys tonight and try to shoot out all you guys' comments. But shout out Christine, Brittany, Gloria, Cindy, Alex, as you see, Lil Lily. I think Buddha was in here a little while ago. Dean, Sean. Yeah, a little bit of everybody's been in here. Okay, I will definitely go on Hulu tonight and watch it yet again. And I am going to come up here and do another episode on this, because, again, guys, it is still an unsolved case. And with that being said, not only do I want to look at the stuff that they have from the early 90s and the late 90s or I should say, on the case. I do want to get more reacquainted with the case nowadays on the evidence and everything that they have for nowadays. So we will do a part 2 on it because I am just kind of going off of what they had from the early 90s, guys. I mean, the late 90s. I apologize, not the early, the late 90s. So I will definitely.
Crazy how long it takes them to catch people in cases, man. You know what I'm saying? Cases go cold 20, 30 years before they catch people, man.
It really does. And this case has been open for 30 years, guys, with nobody caught yet, nobody indicted. So
Somebody's
again, with all this new technology that we have, hopefully we can find the killer out here, guys, because this is just crazy, man. Like,
yeah,
ain't no way that shit should have A, happened, fam, and B, we still not have a killer. Come on, man. Like, that's just absurd to me, guys. It does kind of suck that I only did get the what evidence I could find and the everything that I did bring up to the table tonight was from the late 90s and nothing from nowadays. Because I didn't, again, have the time to watch the full CNN video because my neighbor came over, guys, and asked me to go help him with some things. So I had to break away and do that. And then I took a shower afterwards. So I was kind of listening to it in the shower. Okay, guys. We will do a part 2 because I just got a text message, guys, that said Sarah is live doing her crime episode tonight, guys. So I really don't want to step on Sarah's toes, guys. Can one of you guys please post Sarah's link just in case no one has it as we are doing our final little wrap up in the case. Again, guys, we will do a part 2 hopefully tomorrow for nowadays 2020 eras evidence and progress that they have on this case, guys. So look forward to that tomorrow because I will be looking into that tonight. And I will definitely see all of you guys over at Sarah and C's channel. And make sure y'all smash that like and share button on y'all's way out. And then on the way into Sarah and C's, y'all make sure y'all smash that like and share button. Not only share the love and the support and the positivity between yourselves and y'all family, but make sure y'all spread that shit between y'all community as well. And just do what little bit y'all can, man. And just try to be positive for everybody, guys. You feel me?
Yep.
And with that being said, guys, we are fixing to get up out of here. I will see all y'all over there. Massive love to y'all. Peace.